Have you ever felt overwhelmed by the constant demands of social life, the pressure to keep up with every event, and the endless obligation to please others? What if I told you that true peace and fulfillment don't come from doing more, but from doing less? Focusing on quality over quantity and connecting with others in simpler, more meaningful ways. In today's video, we're diving into the art of living with intention, protecting your peace, and embracing the beauty of quieter connections. If you've ever wondered how to create more space in your life for what truly matters, without feeling guilty about saying no or stepping back, this video is for you. If you're not already subscribed, I encourage you to hit that subscribe button and activate the notification bell so you never miss a video. Your support means the world to me. If you enjoy this content, please like and share it, and leave a comment to let me know what you think. Whether it's a 1 if you like the topic, or a 0 if you think there's room for improvement. Your feedback helps me create better videos for you. Now let's begin. As the years have passed, I've discovered something profoundly simple yet often overlooked. Life is not a race to be won, but a journey to be savored. At 70, the rush and constant pressure to keep moving, achieving, and doing have steadily faded into the background. The frantic tempo of my youth, when every day was filled with endless tasks and obligations, has been replaced by a softer, gentler rhythm. The hurried pace I once embraced now feels foreign, like an old suit that no longer fits. Instead, I've grown to cherish the stillness, the simplicity of just being. I no longer wake up with a to-do list etched in my mind or feel the urge to conquer the day before the sun sets. My mornings have transformed into quiet moments of reflection, sipping coffee, feeling its warmth in my hands, and watching sunlight filter gently through the trees. These moments, so easily overlooked in my younger years, now hold a sacred beauty. In the quiet, the world reveals its secrets: the rustling of leaves, the dance of shadows, the tender embrace of silence. Slowing down is no longer just a necessity but a gift, a chance to savor life's fleeting moments. I've let go of the relentless drive to be everywhere, to attend every event, to meet every obligation. It's not that I value my loved ones any less. If anything, my love for them has deepened. But I've come to understand that the deepest connections don't always require physical presence. A heartfelt phone call, a handwritten letter, or a quiet message can be just as meaningful. These quieter forms of connection allow me to stay close to those I care about while honoring the calm, deliberate pace I now cherish. I've also learned to let go of guilt. The guilt of saying no, of stepping back, of prioritizing my peace. It's not about withdrawing from the world, but about engaging with it on my terms in ways that nourish rather than deplete me. Looking back, I marvel at how much time I spent chasing life, always believing there wasn't enough of it. I used to think that cramming every day full of activities was the key to fulfillment. But now I see things differently. By slowing down, I've discovered that time expands. Those quiet mornings, those simple moments of just being, are where life's greatest joys reside. Energy, too, is precious. It's a finite resource, and as I grow older, I've come to understand its value. In my youth, energy seemed boundless. I filled my days with errands, social visits, and endless activities, waking up each morning ready to do it all over again. But at 70, every choice about where to invest my energy feels more intentional. Some days, I wake up feeling vibrant and alive, ready to embrace the world. Other days, even the smallest tasks feel daunting. And that's okay. I've learned to honor these rhythms, to listen to my body and mind. Respecting my limitations isn't a weakness. It's an act of self-care. Visiting others, once so effortless, now requires energy I no longer possess in abundance. It's not just the physical effort. It's the mental and emotional energy of being fully present, of engaging deeply. I've realized that showing up when I'm drained serves no one, least of all myself. And so I prioritize the connections that bring me joy and meaning, letting go of obligations that feel draining or unnecessary. This isn't about isolation. It's about presence. It's about creating a life that feels authentic and true, A life that values quality over quantity, stillness over noise. At 70, I've come to understand that the richest pleasures in life don't come from doing more, but from simply being. And I believe that's how life was meant to be. If you've made it this far and find these reflections valuable, I invite you to share your thoughts in the comments. Let me know if these lessons resonate with you. Thank you for watching, and let's continue exploring the beauty of life's simpler, quieter moments together. I've grown increasingly mindful of how I choose to spend my energy. The days of spreading myself thin across endless obligations and social commitments are behind me. Now, every choice I make feels deliberate and significant. It's not about selfishness or withdrawing from the world. It's about acknowledging that my time and energy are finite. I've come to cherish them, to honor them, and to make intentional decisions about where they are best spent. Rather than striving to please everyone or be everywhere, I prioritize the relationships and moments that truly matter. Whether it's a quiet afternoon with my children, a heartfelt conversation with a grandchild, or the quiet joy of losing myself in a good book, these are the things that replenish me instead of draining me. There is a quiet beauty in this newfound mindfulness. By treating my energy with care and attention, I've discovered a deeper peace within myself. I no longer feel the need to stretch myself too thin or to be everything for everyone. Instead, I've come to value the richness of the moments I consciously choose to embrace. Whether it's time with loved ones, the serenity of solitude, or simply being present in the here and now. This shift has brought me relief and contentment I hadn't known before, teaching me the wisdom of doing less but doing it with love and presence. To me, this is the greatest gift I can give, both to myself and to those around me. Social expectations have evolved so much over time, and the differences are something I often reflect on. I find myself longing for the simplicity of the past, a time when socializing felt more effortless and authentic. Back then, visiting someone's home was a natural and spontaneous act of kindness, a warm gesture without pretense. You didn't need a formal invitation to drop by. You'd simply show up with a smile or perhaps a plate of cookies, and you'd be welcomed with open arms. It was unassuming, pure, and entirely about the connection between people. Now it feels as though the joy of those casual visits has been replaced by the burden of planning and preparation. Social gatherings have become events to be meticulously organized, with expectations for a perfect house, an elaborate meal, or even carefully chosen attire. These pressures, however small they may seem, detract from the simple pleasure of connecting with others. Instead of focusing on the people I'm with, I find myself preoccupied with whether everything appears good enough. The spontaneity is lost, replaced by a performative aspect that feels draining. I don't want to feel like I'm on display when I'm spending time with loved ones. I want to sit and talk, to feel comfortable and authentic, without the weight of trying to meet some unattainable standard. The connection itself should be the priority, not the image I project. Yet, it can be challenging to hold on to this when the world seems to value perfectly curated moments over genuine interactions. Even the way we communicate has changed. Conversations today often feel hurried and superficial, as though we're all racing to check off another task. I miss the days when people lingered over a cup of tea, sharing their dreams, fears, and the beauty of life's small moments. Back then, connection wasn't measured by the number of texts sent in an hour, but by the depth of the exchange. It's no one's fault. Life has simply evolved this way. But that doesn't stop me from yearning for those slower, richer times. Physical spaces have changed too. Modern homes, though beautiful, often feel impractical for the kind of comfort I seek. Stairs that are difficult to navigate, chairs that are uncomfortable, and noisy environments can make visits feel like a challenge rather than a joy. These small considerations can cast a shadow over an experience, making it harder to relax and connect. That said, I've found new ways to maintain meaningful relationships without succumbing to the pressures of today's social norms. A handwritten letter, a thoughtful phone call, or a simple video chat have become my preferred methods of staying in touch. These small acts are quiet yet deeply fulfilling, allowing me to nurture bonds without the exhaustion of trying to keep up with the fast pace of modern life. I've learned to let go of societal expectations and instead focus on what feels genuine and true to me. It's not about how we connect, but the love, care, and understanding we share. These are the moments that matter most, the sincere, authentic gestures that bring warmth and meaning to our lives. And then there's the sanctuary of my own space, which has grown even more precious with time. My home has become more than just a place to live. It's a refuge, a sacred space that holds my memories, emotions, and sense of self. Every corner tells a story. Every object carries meaning. The couch where I've spent countless hours, the table where laughter and meals have been shared, the books that have offered comfort and wisdom, they are all woven into the fabric of who I am. When I sit in my favorite chair by the window, bathed in soft light, I feel an overwhelming sense of peace. The chaos and unpredictability of the outside world fade away, and I am grounded. My home is my haven, a place where I can truly be myself, surrounded by the echoes of my history and the things I hold dear. It's a simple chair, just a piece of furniture, yet it represents so much more. A symbol of the comfort and grounding I've come to treasure in this stage of life. To an outsider, my quiet moments of reflection might seem uneventful, but to me, they are sacred. My home has become more than a place. It is a sanctuary, a constant source of solace where I can dream, struggle, and find peace without interruption. The thought of leaving this comfort, no matter how much I love those I would visit, simply doesn't hold the same allure it once did. It isn't that I care any less. It's that being at home nourishes my soul in a way no other place can. Here, I am in control. I set the temperature, adjust the lighting, and fill the space with sounds or silence that match my mood. There's no need to conform to another's rhythm or fill awkward silences with small talk. At home, I can relax in the truest sense, free from the pressure to perform or meet expectations. This simplicity feels like a luxury, a form of self-care that replenishes me in ways that venturing out into the world cannot. Visiting others, once a routine filled with joy and purpose, now often feels like stepping out of my sanctuary into a space that demands more energy than I can comfortably give. The effort to adapt to new surroundings, engage in conversations that may not resonate, and meet the subtle demands of social etiquette weighs heavily. My home, on the other hand, allows me to simply exist, authentically and without pretense. It's my retreat, where I recharge and find clarity, where I can be fully present without distraction. To some, my preference for solitude might seem like withdrawal, but for me, it feels like a return to my truest self. I no longer feel the need to chase fulfillment or connection outside these walls. Everything I need, peace, comfort, and meaningful connection, is already here. The people I hold dear are never far. A phone call, a letter, or a quiet message bridges any distance, and that is enough. As I've grown older, I've also become more sensitive to the environments I enter. I notice things now that I didn't before. Stairs that seem steeper, couches that leave me sore, or spaces that feel cramped and unsteady. These details matter in ways they never did, shaping not only my comfort, but also my safety and dignity. I don't want to be a burden, navigating spaces that weren't designed with someone like me in mind. So I often choose to remain where I feel secure and free to move at my own pace, where I don't need to ask for help or adjust to fit a world that seems to move faster than I can. Accepting these changes hasn't always been easy. There's a part of me that still feels young, yearning for the freedom and ease of my earlier years. But I've learned to listen to my body, to respect what I could have imagined in my younger years. Letting go of certain relationships can be bittersweet, yes, but it is also liberating. It creates space for connections that genuinely enrich my life and nourish my spirit in ways I never thought possible. At this stage, I value depth over breadth. I've given myself permission to prioritize what feels right for me without guilt or explanation. Technology, with all its ups and downs, has also become an unexpected ally. At first, I resisted it. I couldn't imagine that a screen could replace the warmth of a hug. It's not about withdrawing from the world, but about setting boundaries that allow me to live authentically and intentionally. The rhythm of my daily life offers profound solace. The stillness of a morning, the gentle melody of birdsong, or the comforting warmth of a blanket on a chilly evening. These simple moments ground me and bring joy that no bustling event ever could. They remind me that peace isn't found in constant activity or external validation, but in honoring my inner needs and cherishing the beauty of simplicity. As I've aged, I've learned to surround myself with people and activities that nurture my peace rather than disrupt it. Saying no to gatherings that feel draining has become an act of self-love. While it's not always easy, the happiness and fulfillment it brings are immeasurable. In these quieter, more intimate moments, I've discovered the magic of genuine connection. A warm smile exchanged with a stranger, a kind word from a neighbor, or a heartfelt conversation with a dear friend. These interactions, though small, are profound. They remind me that true connection isn't about grand gestures, but about the authenticity and care we share with others. As I reflect on this stage of life, I find immense gratitude for the love I've known, the memories I carry, and the peace I've cultivated. In the simplicity of each day and the depth of each connection, I've found a joy that sustains me, a reminder that even amid loss and change, there is still so much to treasure, that I find a bridge to my past, a connection to moments that have shaped the person I've become. Each photograph tells a story, and within those stories I rediscover the pieces of myself that I might have otherwise forgotten. The laughter frozen in time, the embraces captured in stillness. They remind me of the depth of love and life that I've been fortunate to experience. There's a bittersweetness to these memories, yes, but they are not merely relics of what once was. They are reminders of the enduring bonds that have left their imprint on my heart. The faces in those photographs may no longer be beside me, but their influence lingers in every decision I make, in the way I love, and in the quiet strength that carries me through each day. As I grow older, I've come to cherish solitude not as loneliness but as a space for reflection, for reconnecting with myself and my inner world. It's in these moments of solitude that I find clarity, a kind of quiet wisdom that emerges when the noise of the world fades away. Sitting in my favorite chair, a cup of tea warming my hands, I allow my mind to wander freely. Sometimes it drifts to dreams I once had, goals I achieved, or even paths I never took. And yet, instead of regret, I feel gratitude for the journey that has brought me here, to this very moment of peace. In these solitary hours, I've learned to listen to the whispers of my soul, the gentle reminders of what truly matters. It's not the possessions I've accumulated or the accolades I once chased, but the love I've shared and the moments of genuine connection that fill my heart. I've come to see that life isn't measured by its grandiosity, but by the depth of meaning we find in the simplest of things. The rustling leaves outside my window, the way the sunlight dances across the room, the soft purr of a cat nestled beside me. These are the treasures of my days now. They remind me that life's beauty is found not in its noise but in its quiet rhythms, and it is in this stillness that I feel most alive, most connected to the essence of who I am and the world around me. At this stage in my life, I've embraced the art of letting go, not as a loss but as a gift to myself. Letting go of expectations, of societal pressures, and even of relationships that no longer serve me has been an act of liberation. It's not about shutting people out, but about making space for those who truly nurture my spirit. I've learned to treasure the people who remain constants in my life, the ones who show up not out of obligation, but out of love. These relationships, though fewer in number, are rich in depth. They remind me that it's not the quantity of connections that matters, but the quality, the way they make you feel seen, valued, and truly loved. And so, as I navigate this season of my life, I do so with an open heart and a quiet sense of contentment. The years have taught me to cherish what is real and to release what is fleeting. They've shown me that joy is not found in chasing after more, but in appreciating what is already here. Every day is a new chapter, a new opportunity to find beauty in the ordinary and to create moments that feel extraordinary in their simplicity. And as I continue to grow, I hold on to this truth, that life, with all its challenges and changes, is a gift. It's not about how much we have or how far we go, but about the love we give, the peace we protect, and the memories we create along the way. Even when I sit quietly in solitude, reflecting on the people I hold dear, I feel an undeniable sense of connection. It's as if their spirits are with me, nestled within my heart, gently guiding me as I navigate this phase of life. These moments of introspection, simple and unhurried, have revealed a deeper kind of bond, one untainted by the noise of everyday life or the weight of expectations. I no longer seek constant interaction to feel connected. In the silence, I hear the echoes of love that has never truly left me. These quieter, simpler connections have taught me to slow down and savor the present. I've let go of the urge to chase every trend or attend every social gathering in the hopes of feeling close to others. My worth is no longer measured by how full my social calendar is or how many people I know. Instead, I find value in the depth of the moments I do share. A heartfelt conversation filled with laughter and exchanged stories feels more fulfilling than any grand event ever could. These moments linger long after they've ended, like a sweet melody that stays with me. They are real, raw, and shared with the people who truly matter. I've learned that connection doesn't always require the presence of others. It can also be found in the world around me. When I sit quietly in my garden, feeling the warmth of the sun and the coolness of the earth beneath my hands, I realize I am part of something much larger than myself. The gentle rhythm of nature, the rustle of leaves, the hum of life, reminds me of the interconnectedness of all things. The cycles of growth and renewal in nature mirror the connections in my own life, teaching me to appreciate each season for what it brings. There is beauty in every stage, even in the moments of solitude. Finding joy in these simpler connections has allowed me to shed the pressures and expectations that once weighed me down. I no longer feel the need to prove my worth through endless social engagements or constant activity. Instead, I've embraced a life that feels authentic to who I am now, a life filled with quiet moments of love, gratitude, and presence. The frantic pace of my younger years no longer appeals to me. I've found comfort in the slower rhythm of my days, in the stillness that comes with age. It's in these moments that I've learned to be fully present, to find joy not in what I do but in who I am, in what I give, and in the love that surrounds me. At this stage of my life, I've come to understand that connection is not about how much I do or how many people I see. It's about the quality of the interactions, the sincerity of the exchanges, and the lasting warmth they leave in my heart. These simple, meaningful moments have become the foundation of my life, and they are more than enough to fill my soul with peace and fulfillment. As I reflect on why I've stepped back from the busyness I once pursued, I see it's not about withdrawing from the world or the people I love. It's about honoring this stage of life and the wisdom it brings. It's about embracing the beauty of a slower pace and the peace that comes from living authentically. In a world that often pushes us to do more, be more, and strive for more, I've discovered profound peace in simply being. In these quiet moments of reflection, I feel a contentment I've never known before. At this point in my journey, I am blessed with the understanding that the most meaningful connections come from the heart. They require no grand gestures or endless effort to be fulfilling. As we come to the close of this reflection, I hope it has sparked something within you. The beauty of simple, meaningful connections, whether with others, with nature, or with yourself, is often overlooked in our busy lives. Yet, these moments nourish our hearts and bring us true peace. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What is one thing you've taken from this reflection that you plan to bring into your own life? Whether it's slowing down to savor the present or finding joy in quiet moments, share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Let's continue to grow and learn together. Thank you for watching.